Yes, good evening, USA, Canada, worldwide, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging with the 184th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast, live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube, and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed. Make sure you turn on your notifications for more details on when each episode is going to be dropping. And as a reminder, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is when these episodes are going to be dropping. You know what I'm saying? And without further ado, if you are new to the YouTube channel Universe and you miss any new and previous episodes that's already been recorded, don't worry, I got your back. In the meantime, go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555, where you see all the New York episodes on there. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes, with the topics that's being discussed, more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, tap that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show is going to be on the air, including the time of each recording episode. And and I will handle the rest of the audio streaming platforms where you can listen to episodes and watch the episodes whatsoever. So make sure you catch up on the episodes by listening, streaming, and watching. All right. So, all right, without further ado, I'm gonna cut to the chase with the New York Mass Transit files, and this is involving a possible future train station in Hell's Kitchen by 10th Avenue. Here we go. And here's what's happening in the metropolitan New York transit news. Okay. Manhattan politicians called on the MTA to build the long-promised 10th Avenue station on the subway's number 7 train in Hell's Kitchen Tuesday. A stop at 10th Avenue and 41st Street was originally supposed to open on the Flushing line as part of 2 new stations along its westward extension to the Hudson Yards campus. But Metropolitan Transportation Authority officials and the city dropped the proposed station 14 years ago and ended up just building one at 34th Street and 11th Avenue. That was a huge mistake and a huge missed opportunity, said local council member Eric Botcher at an August 10th press conference. End quote. A lot of people live even further west than we are now. It is a very, very long walk to the subway. The 10th Avenue station was scrapped under then Mayor Michael Bloomberg in 2008 due to a lack of funding and because City Hall at the time thought it was not crucial for the area, but the proposal gained new steam in recent weeks after the MTA listed it among nearly 2 dozen projects transit officials will consider for the state authorities' next 5-year capital plan. The polls said the stop was more needed than ever as Hell's Kitchen's population and businesses have grown in the early decade and a half since government abandoned the transit upgrade. The reason now to build the station is even greater than the time it was promised, said State Senator Brad um, Hallman. Let's take advantage of this infrastructure opportunity that sits right below us today to make transit a reality here on 10th Avenue. The MTA dug the new subway tunnels from the number seven's old terminus at Times Square to the far west side, but the agency fell $450 million short in funding they needed to carve out a station at 10th Avenue and instead decided to just build the Hudson Yards stop at the new end of the line. Officials with the Bloomberg administration said back then that the 10th Avenue stop was not crucial to the project since its surrounding area was already well developed. A 10th Avenue station would be nice, but it's really a straight transportation project versus an economic development catalyst, said one city rep at the time. It was a bait and switch. We got one station, but we didn't get the second that we were promised, Holman said Tuesday. The MTA's so-called 20-year needs assessment lists the 10th Avenue station as one of many projects they may add to the next 5-year capital plan for 2025. It will have to compete against a slate of other expansions and upgrades to the NTA's aging mass transit system, such as an extension of the W line to Red Hook, Brooklyn, Governor Kathy Hochul's favorite interborough express from Brooklyn to Queens, and electrifying sections of the MTA's commuter railroads currently running on diesel fuel. While more than 80% of our capital program is dedicated to state of good repair and core infrastructure needs, expansion projects can help meet new mobility needs and address transportation inequities, said MTA spokesperson Sean Butler in a statement. The MTA will be using metrics to compare a project's opportunities on an apples to apples basis that prioritizes smart planning and equity. Okay. All right. What's next on the what's next? Let's see. Actually, yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right. What else can we talk about here? Um. In other transit news. Let's see. I did talk about. Hold on. Yeah. Let's do. Yeah. So. Yeah, I did talk about this yesterday too. Um. So yeah. So. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. I'll go over it again actually. So transit riders will no longer be required to wear masks on New York City subways, buses, and commuter rail lines. Governor Kathy Hochul announced on Wednesday, bringing an end to one of the region's last surviving mask mandates in public places. The governor announced that masks are now optional on public transportation, although she says they are still encouraged. We're adapting to the needs of all New Yorkers, Hochul said at a Harlem press conference, noting that the optional mask wearing goes into effect immediately. Compliance with the face covering requirement had fallen sharply in recent months as transit authorities largely gave up on enforcing the rule. The last time the MTA conducted a rider masking survey in April, Rates had fallen to 64% compliance, down from roughly 90% the previous year. Masks will still be required in healthcare settings, including nursing homes, said Dr. Mary Bassett, the state's health commissioner. The mandate was first announced in April 2020. Hang on a minute. Here. All right, so the mandate was first announced in April 2020 as New York was in the throes of the slandemic via an executive order by former Governor Andrew Cuomo. It remained in place for the MTA, which oversees the city's subways and buses, as well as the Metro North and Long Island Railroad, even as other transit agencies have moved to make masks optional for riders. In April, after a federal judge tossed the national mask mandate for mass transit, New Jersey Transit and Amtrak dropped their requirements, prompting confusion among commuters who were unsure which rules applied. The Transportation Security Administration also announced at the time it would no longer enforce the mandate in airports or planes, though the Port Authority kept a requirement for JFK and LaGuardia airports. Lisa Daglian, executive director of the Permanent Citizens Advisory Committee to the MTA, said the differing rules between agencies and the lack of enforcement on subways and buses had only bred distrust and uncertainty among riders. At the same time, the police and MTA were saying it's important to follow all the rules of conduct. They were not enforcing a glaring in-your-face rule, Daglian said. Without clear direction, there was confusion, and that led to complacency among riders. The end of New York's mass transit mask mandates comes as HOCO and the federal government have eased other COVID requirements, including the rules around masking and isolation for public school students. The state health department is also lifting the mask mandates for jails, prisons, and domestic violence shelters. Subway riders had mixed feelings about Hochul's announcement, although many at the Union Square subway station told Gothamists it made no difference given the LAX the lax enforcement. It's fine. It doesn't really make a difference, said Tony Opfer, a student. People who are going to wear one are going to wear one, and people who don't want to wear them haven't been wearing them. Laura Lane, a tourist visiting from California, said she was surprised to find so many barefaced transit riders waiting while riding around the city. I generally think of New Yorkers as the smartest people in the country, she said. I expect they be careful with everyone living so close together. Still, others said they were comfortable with the policy change, even if they might continue to mask up for their own personal reasons. I just do it whenever I feel like I have an ugly day now, said Abby Fraser. Plus, people are nasty. They do disgusting things every now and then. Yeah, that part is true, actually. I actually agree with that right there. Okay. All right. The they talk about the 50-foot truck being stuck under the uptown subway line in yesterday's episode. So instead of talking about that, I'm gonna go into a man being slashed, of course. So here's what's happening here, and I actually talked about this, but anyway, a man slashed another guy in the back during a fight on a number 3 train in Brooklyn Monday afternoon, according to police. The pair got into an argument on a Manhattan-bound train, but just before 12:45 on September 12th, when the blade-wielding attacker cut the 49-year-old victim in the right side of his back, an NYPD spokesperson said. The assailant got off the train at Bergen Street in Prospect Heights and fled the scene. Paramedics treated the injured man for his wounds at the station near Barclays Center and brought him to Methodist Hospital in stable condition. The underground dust-up caused service disruptions along several number lines in Brooklyn and Manhattan as police investigated the scene. Yeah. Subway trains skipped the station while the Metropolitan Transportation Authority ran Manhattan-bound 2 and 3 trains express from Franklin Avenue, Medgar Everest College to Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Center, and some Brooklyn-bound 2 and 5 trains ended in Manhattan. Service began returning with extensive delays around 1:45 p.m. on Manhattan-bound service at Bergen Street, and southbound 2 and 5 trains resumed their regular routes. That's crazy, man. I don't know, man. When I don't even know when the slashing shit's gonna stop, though, man. But that's just, it's very hard for me not to think about this, and yeah. I'm not gonna really be. I can't say I'm gonna be rational about this shit, but that's not really my MO here, man. So anyway, ass. Anyway, let's see. What else? What else can we talk about here, though? Okay. Let's see. The hold on a minute here. All right. Yesterday I started with the Shakira story, but I wanted to save it for this episode right here. So this is chatting all the jazz. So let's go. Unfortunately, Shakira is in hot water right now. She's in hot water, in trouble to be exact, actually. So, yeah. So prosecutors in Spain said Friday they would ask a court to sentence Colombian pop star Shakira to 8 years and 2 months in prison if she is convicted in her expected trial for alleged tax fraud. Shakira, whose full name is Shakira Isabel Memberak Ripoll, is charged with failing to pay the Spanish government $14.5 million in taxes between 2012 and 2014. The prosecutors said they would also seek a fine of $24 million. The indictment details 6 charges against Shakira. The singer this week rejected a settlement deal offered by prosecutors, opting to go to trial instead. A trial date has yet to be set. Her publicist in London said in a statement Friday that Shakira has always cooperated and abided by the law, demonstrating impeccable conduct as an individual and a taxpayer. The publicist accused the Spanish tax agency of violating her rights. Shakira's Spanish public relations team said earlier this week that the artist has deposited the amount she is said to owe, including 3 million euros in interest. That's another word for dollars, folks. Prosecutors in Barcelona have alleged the Grammy winner spent more than half of each year between 2012 and 2014 in Spain and should have paid taxes in the country. Shakira recently ended an 11-year-long relationship with FC Barcelona star Gerard Piqué, with whom she has 2 children. The family used to live in Barcelona. Well, yeah, that's crazy, man. Um, wait a minute here. Let me see what is. Let me see. Do I have the story in regards to? Oh, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. So next topic. We got to talk about. We got to talk about. We got to talk about this music artist called PnB Rock. So recently he apparently got killed. So let's get into what's the reason behind this right here. So rapper PnB Rock has reportedly died from injuries he sustained in a shooting in Los Angeles on Monday, September 12th. He was 30 years old. The Philadelphia-born artist, best known for his 2016 single "Selfish," was shot in South Los Angeles at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles restaurant around 1 p.m. yesterday. As the the Los Angeles Times reports, Rock, real name Rakim Allen, had been at the eatery with his girlfriend, who, in a since deleted Instagram post, had shared a location tagged photo. Los Angeles Police Captain Lely Muniz said a suspect brandished a firearm inside the restaurant and demanded items from the victim. Allen is believed to have been targeted for his jewelry. The suspect shot the victim and ran out the side door to a getaway car and then fled the parking lot, Muniz said. Los Angeles Police Department investigators are said to be examining security footage from inside the restaurant to identify the shooter and establish whether they fled on foot or in a vehicle. Allen was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead at 1:59 p.m. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1991, Allen released his debut mixtape Real Nigga Bangers in 2014. He signed a record label um, with Atlantic Records in 2015, releasing his third mixtape R&B 3. Allen released his single "Selfish" in 2016. The track peaked at at 51 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. He featured on YFN Lucci's 2017 song "Every Day We Lit," landing at number 33 on the same chart. He featured on Ed Sheeran's 2019 single "Cross Me" alongside Chance the Rapper. Allen's released his most recent single "Love Me Again" earlier this month. He is survived by his two daughters. Tributes have poured in on social media from Allen's peers. And of course, obviously some of the music artists chimed in too. Nicki Minaj said on Twitter, in quote, "He was such a pleasure to work with. This makes me so sick. After Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts to show waffles and some fried chicken. He was such a pleasure to work with. Condolences to his mom and family. This makes me feel so sick. Jesus." Hashtag SIP, hashtag PnB Rock. And of course, Denzel Curry also chimes in RIP PnB Rock. DJ Academics, a lot of people hurt over the passing of PnB Rock. Everyone passing blame to everyone but the nigger who actually killed him. The reason why he got killed is because some bum ass nigga decided to try to rob him and take his life. Everything else is extra. Pray Offset also says on Twitter, Pray for PnB Rock. The man got family and kids. Shaking my head. God be with the man. Raven B also says, God bless PnB Rock's family, and I pray his children never have to see that video. What a senseless tragedy. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I actually agree with this. And Carlos Haha Davis also stated, this shit is getting out of hand. Rest in peace, PnB Rock. And of course, Bia says, sending love to PnB Rock's family and loved ones. And Saturn's baby, PnB RP PnB Rock. And KC says, RIP PnB Rock. I'm just so upset. I'm sorry. My favorite artists are just getting killed, man. It's not fair. It's just not fair. Yeah. I don't know what. Okay. So I don't know if this shit is true, but apparently a suspect tried to, I guess, try to get money from a pawn shop or whatever, from what I'm hearing, but I'm not sure exactly. But this is just crazy though, man. And I don't think you could blame the woman who did this, who actually mentioned the location. You can't really blame her for this shit though, man. You really can't. So SIP to PnB Rock. I don't really know his music. Like, I don't really know his music, but some of his singles is pretty tight though, man. Let's see. Let me see. What else can we talk about here, man, in this episode, other than the sad stories? Let's see. And speaking of Nicki Minaj, yeah, let's get into Nicki Minaj actually. Hold on a second. I do have a couple stories involving that actually. Um, yeah. Actually, Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I already did that one already. I think I did this one already. Hold on. Okay. Gotta be more to this. Give me one. Hold on a second. Give me a moment here. All right. So, speaking of Nicki Minaj and condolences and stuff, we're gonna lighten shit up right here. So, anyway, so Nicki Minaj, Moneybagg Yo, and Kodak Black are just some of the names announced to be performing at a pair of Powerhouse events set to take place next month. Powerhouse 2022 has announced its live music event will return to Philadelphia and New Jersey this October 28th and 29th, respectively. The New Jersey lineup so far includes performances from Kodak Black, Fabio Foreign, Moneybagg Yo, Thames, and Spin King and Friends, with more to be announced at a later date. The Philadelphia rendition also dropped its lineup on Tuesday, September 13th. Kodak Black, Moneybagg, and Thames will all hit Philly's Wells Fargo Center as well, with new additions including Nicki Minaj and Armani White. Philly, what the fuck is good? Nicki wrote in a tweet alongside a poster for the Philly event. Yeah, the New Jersey's Powerhouse 2022 will be hosted by Power 105.1's Angie Martinez, will take place on October 29th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. The Philly edition will take place on October 28th. We're thrilled to celebrate the biggest names in hip hop and R&B again this year at Power 105.1's Powerhouse. Thea Mitchum, Executive Vice vice president of programming at iHeartMedia, New York's Power 105.1. This will be an unforgettable show that fans will not want to miss. The 2021 event went down in November and featured performances from Sleepy Hollow, B Love's Bobby Shmurda, A Boogie with the Hoodie, Fabio Foreign, and Fetty Wap. Little Baby and Migos also stopped by for a surprise performance. General tickets for the New Jersey event will be available on Ticketmaster starting Friday, September 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern, while pre-sale tickets will be available on Thursday from 12 p.m. Eastern. Tickets for the Philadelphia show will be available Thursday, September 15th, which is today actually, at 12 p.m. So yeah. So go to Ticketmaster. Powerhouse is far from the only hip hop oriented festival taking place this fall, as Rolling Loud is set to make its Big Apple return from September 23rd to the 25th at Citi Field in Queens, Flushing, Queens, New York, which Nicki is set to headline as well. So Nicki Minaj, A$AP Rocky, and Future will serve as the headliners for this year's 3-day music fest, with additional performers including Playboi Carti, Lil Baby, Pusha T, The Baby, 21 Savage, Big Sean, Erica Banks, Lil Uzi Vert, Moneybagg Yo, Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Soulja Boy, Chief Keef, Westside Gun, Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher, Boldy James, and the Alchemist, and many others. The Barbs got particularly excited when they heard about Nicki headlining, as she will also be the first solo female rapper to ever headline the festival. The New Jersey Powerhouse show could be an especially celebratory moment for Moneybagg Yo, as rumors have to swirl that his alleged ex-girlfriend Ari Fletcher is expecting a baby after she shared a photo of a pregnant belly on Twitter. The since deleted photo shows a close-up of a woman holding her visible baby bump, and eagle-eyed fans noticed the ring on her hand looked similar to the 22-carat diamond ring Moneybagg gifted her earlier this year. The Memphis rapper, who is already a father to 8 children, 4 sons and 4 daughters, has yet to confirm the identity of the pregnant woman. He has since deleted the photo. Okay. Okay. Also, Nicki Minaj has a documentary. Didn't get a chance to cover that actually. So Nicki Minaj is finally dropping this much awaited 6-part documentary series soon, but Barb seemed to be confused about where it would be streaming. The documentary series was teased way back in 2020, but never materialized for unknown reasons. Now Minaj revived it again, but fans spotted a major factor that had been missing in the announcement. On her announcement, Nicki Minaj only alluded that she would be releasing the documentary series sooner than everyone thinks, but no mentions of the official streaming service occurred. Nicki Minaj documentary series coming sooner than you think. Surprising everyone with a sudden announcement. The Queen of Rap dropped the trailer for six parts documentary series titled Nicki. In the trailer posted on both of her social media handles, Nicki Minaj started the trailer with a montage of her origins as a rapper, rapping on the streets of New York to posing with her loyal fans at her sold-out concerts. You don't have a manual to be a famous rapper. You just learn it as you go, Nicki said in the trailer. In a press release that Pitchfork released in 2020, the documentary will explore Nicki's brilliantly creative mind and tell the story of her personal and professional journey. Prominently featured in the newly released trailer is Taylor Swift's famous tweet in 2011, which seemed to spark the friendship between the two pop music dominators. Driving back from rehearsals, listening to Super Bass by Nicki Minaj over and over, I'm so obsessed with this song, Taylor Swift tweeted at the time. The upcoming six-part documentary was made by Bronze Studios, the people behind House of Gucci, The Birth of a Nation, and Joker. Nicki Minaj gave the award-winning studio a shout-out on her new Instagram announcement. However, fans spotted that there was something missing in her new announcement compared to the last one. Um, where will Nicki Minaj documentary air? In Nicki's 2020 announcement, she made it clear that the documentary series will be produced by Bronze Studios and be aired exclusively on HBO Max. But on her new post, Nicki Minaj made no mention of the hit streaming service even on the trailer. The mix-up confuses many barbs on Twitter, asking the good form hitmaker directly where they would be seeing it so they could purchase a subscription as early as now. Um as of this writing, Nicki has not responded to any of the questions yet. Especially more details shall become available as soon as date is announced. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is releasing her comeback single "Freaky Girl." Um, I'm actually going to I'm gonna actually dig a little deeper into the documentary. If I see any new information on the release date, I'll bring it to you on this New York podcast platform here. Um, and speaking of which, man, yeah, let's talk about John Legend for a second before we hit the actor who got mugged. Um okay, so according to Billboard, John Legend is speaking out once again about his split from with former friend producer Kanye West, seeking to clarify some comments he made last month about what caused the rift between the former collaborators. In a New Yorker profile, the outspoken social justice advocate described how he thought friendships should not be determined by who they voted for, but that certain things you believe in are indicators of your character, and obviously that will affect your friendships. That was a lead in to a discussion about Ye um, posting a series of texts between the two about Kanye's support. Oh boy. Hold on. Yeah, about Kanye's support of then presidential candidate Donald Trump before the Donda rapper launched his own failed White House bid. Legend sought to clarify that his comments about the rupture in the August CNN story was taken out of context. Um, let's see. What it got described as was we stopped being friends because he supported Trump, which was a mischaracterization of what I said. Legend explained. That was kind of the Rupert Murdoch version of the story. It was all over the New York Post. It was all over the New York Post and Fox News. However, what Legend told the New Yorker was that West was upset with him for not supporting the MC's presidential aspirations. That was the real impetus for us having a strain in our friendship, he said. I don't know what will happen in the future, but he was very upset with me that I didn't support him and I supported Joe Biden. It's up to him whether he can get past that. In addition to their difference of opinion about West's support of Trump, Legend also said that the most distressing part of Ye's anemic presidential run, in which he scored just 60,000 total votes, were reports that it was essentially a ghost operation to amplify Trump's unsuccessful re-election run. The most frustrating thing about his run for the presidency for me was how much it was an operation run by the Trump campaign. Legend told the magazine of reports that Trump and the members of the GOP establishment were helping the musicians no-shot third-party bid in order to siphon votes from Biden. I don't know how aware he was of the fact that there was so much Trump personnel throughout his campaign, raising money for him, getting petitions signed for him, getting him on the ballot. I saw their work on his behalf as a clear scam and an operation to try to siphon black votes away from Biden. So there was no way I was going to support it, Legend said. Kanye was upset with that, and we haven't been friends since, really. As for his feelings about West posting those screenshots of their text back and forth in 2018, Legend said, everyone saw how I talked to him about it. I talked to him with love and with empathy, and I tried to help him see another way of looking at things. And obviously, he went the way he went with it. A spokesperson for West could not be reached for comment at press time. Yo, listen, man. Everyone knew that Kanye West was not going to be president of the United States anyway, man. And there was no way I was going to vote for a fucking celebrity. I mean, come on, look what happened last time when somebody voted for a celebrity. It turned out to be a fucking disaster. You know what I'm saying? So good for John Legend for breaking free of Kanye West's bruised ego. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta applaud him for that one right there, man, for breaking away from his egotistical ways and shit. So give it up for John Legend. Okay, so we got another crazy news in this episode right here. Involving an actor from The Shy. His name is Barton Fitzpatrick. He's the actor that was held up at gunpoint this weekend in a scary scene that could have turned deadly. This, according to law enforcement. Chicago PD sources tell us the actor who's most famous for playing Reg on The Shy was the victim of an armed robbery early Sunday morning in Chicago. We're told Barton was a passenger in a car when someone slid into the back seat out of nowhere, brandishing a handgun. Our sources say the robber demanded the car, but he ended up bailing on the plan. Instead, we're told the assailant fled the scene with some of Barton's belongings. A chain was taken and possibly other items as well. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, but no arrests have been made. Cops are on the hunt. Barton was featured on the show from 2018 to 2019, appearing in 16 episodes, which is The Shy. He played a gang leader in the series and was actually shot and killed by a rival gang, which ended his run during season 2. Sheesh. Yeah, that's crazy, man. 21 Savage. 21 Savage wants all evidence collected during his 2019 stop suppressed because the superstar rapper says officers had no right to stop him in the first place. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, 21 Savage's team filed a motion to prevent prosecutors from using any of the evidence collected after he was stopped claiming he was doing nothing wrong back in February 2019 when law enforcement pulled him over, making it an unlawful stop. One moment. Yeah. You might recall it's been a minute. Officers claim 21 threw codeine out of the car along with his keys when they pulled him over. As for the firearm, cops found in the car, 21 says there was no illegal illegality for the weapon to be in the car. Regardless, the rap star was charged with drug and gun possession and is facing deportation back to the UK, his birthplace. The going on for years, which has made it a little difficult to maneuver as a rapper. Nonetheless, 21 still found time to rock the Rolling Loud and Breakaway festivals this year, but it seems like what he really wants is this case to be over. Well, good luck with that one. And speaking of which, of course, Um SZA's much delayed sophomore album finally looks to have found a light at the end of the tunnel. After an ugly public back and forth, Solana Solana and Top Dog Entertainment president Terrence Punch Henderson seem to have come to an agreement on when the anticipated LP will arrive. Excuse me. Um, Punch sat down with Vulture on Monday, August 8th, and provided a vague timeline regarding the project, but noted he and SZA are on the same page as they both know exactly when the 2022 album is slated to drop. It's not it's not really a secret. SZA's coming very soon, very soon. We pretty much have the album done. We know exactly when it's coming out, he said. But on the internet, you only get a certain amount of characters. You don't have time to really go into a full explanation of what's going on like that when you are in the moment and tweeting something. There seemed to be a clash between SZA and her label last month when she blamed RCA Records and TDE for the album's delay after promising fans a SZA summer in May. It's 100% Punch and RCA on this one, she wrote in an Instagram comment responding to a fan in July. I wanted the summer. They wanted more time. Um, I'm trying. I'm just trying to have a good time, stress free. Punch was asked by Vulture about the relationship with the Grammy winning superstar, and he didn't deny there's been contention at times. Is SZA happy? I say so. Last album, Triple Platinum, Punch replied. What happens is people put a story into their own narrative and create a situation that's not really there. I'm not going to say there's never been contention. There's always contention, especially when you are dealing with creative difference in opinions. It happens, but that doesn't mean somebody is unhappy or anything. It could have been a conversation in the moment. The Control singer recently teamed up with the fellow TDE artist Dolce for the track Persuasive, their suit in collaboration, which dropped in July. All right. All right. Up next. Up next is um yeah, up next is Irv Gotti. Yeah, so let me see how much time we got here. Okay, so let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Let me see. Hold on a second. Having more information. Hold on a second. Okay. So Irv Gotti is trending this Monday, August 8th, after the release of his explosive interview with the host of Drink Champs podcast, revealing more details about the mogul's romance with R&B star Ashanti. What has struck some observers as especially disturbing is how the Murder Inc. honcho entered into a relationship with the singer when she was barely he was he was a married man in his 30s. Irv Gotti and Ja Rule sat down with Nori and DJ EFN in the Florida studios of Drink Champs, detailing his rise with the Murder Inc. collective, his various business ventures, and coming up in Queens. However, what turned heads was a now viral teaser clip of Gotti, now age 52, dishing on his relationship with Ashanti, now age 41. What has Twitter truly buzzing is Gotti sharing with the podcast host that he put together Ashanti's single "Happy" shortly after the pair allegedly had sex. The song was reportedly recorded between 2001 and 2002, which would make Ashanti around 20 years of age and Gotti in his 30s. Gotti was also reportedly married at the time to the mother of three of his children, but that marriage ended back in 2013. Gotti's time on Drink Champs wasn't all about the dating woes he suffered with Ashanti, although he did go into how he discovered when the singer began dating rapper Nelly and how it apparently broke his heart. Back in the days, social media and blog sites weren't a thing, so Gotti said he found out about Nelly and Ashanti while watching a professional basketball game. On Twitter, Irv Gotti is getting framed as an industry creep for going after his much younger artists at the time and using his influence incorrectly. It isn't known if Ashanti has acknowledged Gotti's missive, but we do have the reactions from Twitter below. Damn, son. Yeah, everybody. Oh, man. I'm not even going to go into, the Twitter sphere. Wow. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into the Twitter sphere on that one. That right there is a little, wow. Wow. Yeah. I'm not even gonna get into. All right, so apparently, um, there's some people that were upset about this. So get into let's get into what let's get into what Ja Rule has to say, and then I can get to Fat Joe and then Nelly. This is so crazy, man. This is so fucking crazy here, man. Hold on. All right, so Ja Rule is attempting to separate himself from the media firestorm caused by the recent Drink Champs episode he was on with Irv Gotti. On Thursday, August 11th, Ja shared a post on Instagram saying he does not condone Irv going on the podcast and speaking badly on his former label mate, Ashanti. The Living It Up rapper uploaded 2 photos of himself performing with the R&B singer and shared his thoughts in the caption. Our brotherly love, he started. The last few days have been very turbulent for me, but it's time to land the plane. I love my sis, I love my bro, but do not condone or agree with the behavior nor the way Gotti handled things on Drink Champs. I hope y'all understand how uncomfortable this is for me being in the middle of something I wish to not be. Going forward, all I ask is to be left out of this, please, and thank you. Sincerely, Switzerland Bennett. Wait, why you call yourself Switzerland Bennett? Anyways, Switzerland Bennett. Oh shit. Ja Rule was sitting next to Irv Gotti while the Murder Inc. co-founder spilled tea on his alleged extramarital affair with Ashanti from 20 years ago and called the singer out of her name numerous times while lamenting about their sordid relationship on Drink Champs. Ja caught heat from Fat Joe, who called Ja out for not stepping in while Irv was wilding. Irv Gotti, a sucker man. He a sucker. Fat Joe said in the video. Y'all can um Irv Gotti, Ja, whatever the fuck you want. He continued. Whatever Irv has with Ashanti is 20 years old, right? I know he was making some points that mean a lot to him, but when you keep ranting about somebody 20 years later, it felt like he's not over the young lady right. It's okay if it's a documentary, Joe added. You gotta see your truth in your documentary. But to go on to Drink Champs and to keep calling her a bitch, keep disrespecting. Guys, I'm not gonna be the guy to stand up for Ashanti, the brother that Ja Rule was standing right next to him. And so I'm not gonna be that guy. Ja Rule responded to being called out by Fat Joe on Instagram, posting, "Stop saying I didn't defend sis and all women when where I clearly told Gotti stop calling Ashanti women the B word. Same way I told Joe at Versus, watch the interview before you talk shit. Now leave me the fuck out of these grown folks' business." Irv Gotti, however, was not so forgiving. He said Fat Joe is no longer his friend due to Terror Squad rappers' critiques of the situation. Wow. Yeah, and Fat Joe has a couple of things that he has to say too. So um let's get a look at here. Um so on Wednesday, so hold on. Fat Joe's trying to bury the hatchet. On Wednesday, the Terror Squad rapper took to Instagram Live to address his drama with Irv Gotti. The issue stemmed from a recent Drink Champs episode in which the Murder Inc. co-founder discussed his alleged relationship with Ashanti. Irv not only shared intimate details about the rumored affair, but also suggested he no longer misses the singer because she was a dime in a dozen. Joe slammed Irv for the comments and referred to him as a sucker. Irv was clearly upset by the criticism and claimed he and Joey Crack were no longer friends. I feel like Fat Joe fooled me. He's not my friend. I was fooled. But in life you get fooled. Irv explained during the interview with Houston's 97.9 The Box. Forget Joe, because they don't want me to talk about Joe. So I won't talk about Joe. I'll talk about life. And in life, everyone goes through friends. Well, it turns out Joe agrees with Irv, but not in the way some might think. Irv Gotti said, "I'm no longer his friend," and he's correct. because I'm his brother. Joe explained in the live stream, and I love him. I love his entire family. I love his mother. I love his sisters. I love his brothers. I love his sons. I love them all. And so sometimes brothers check each other. That's the the furthest I'ma go. Yeah. Joe previously called out Ja Rule for failing to defend Ashanti during the Drink Champs sit down. Ja pushed back on the claims, insisting he stood up for the singer and all women. Top saying, I didn't defend cis and all women when I clearly told Gotti stop calling Ashanti women the B word the same way I told Joe at Versus. He wrote on social media, watch the interview before you talk shit. Ja doubled down shortly after claiming he didn't condone Gotti's behavior on Dream Champs. And I don't know what the Switzerland Bennett came from, but anyway, man, that's anyway, that's that's kind of ridiculous though, man. In other Fat Joe news, he is going to be the host of the BET Hip Hop Awards. So that's a big congrats. So Fat Joe's talents know no bounds as the Terror Squad leader has just been announced as the host of for the 2022 BET Hip Hop Awards. Wow. Wow, that's really cool. Um, according to Billboard, Joey Crack will be taking his jubilant personality to the Cobb Energy Center in Atlanta for what he's describing as the biggest award show ever. Fat Joe will hit the stage on September 30th, where the award show will be taped and aired exclusively on BET on October 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern. BET is promising to bring the culture back with Joe behind the mic and plenty of surprises in store for the celebratory evening. Um, this will be the biggest award show in history, Fat Joe told Billboard. It's truly an honor to host and produce the BET Hip Hop Awards, and I can't thank Connie and the entire BET family enough for this opportunity. We're going to celebrate music, culture, and entertainment, honor the biggest and brightest stars in the world, and make this an unforgettable night full of laughs and surprises. Always remember that yesterday's host is not today's host. That's the same shit that he said about yesterday's price is not today's price, and it's actually true though, man. And I actually agree with this shit too. Yeah, yeah, I actually agree with this logic right here. Um, BT EVP Connie Orlando added in quote, Fat Joe is hip hop royalty. He has represented the art form and the Bronx, the birthplace of hip hop, throughout his outstanding musical career. He is a treasured friend of the network, and we've loved seeing and supporting his evolution to becoming the superstar he is today. We can't wait to watch him take the stage with his vivacious energy, standing together with today's hottest and beloved hip hop stars. The rest of 2022 is shaping up to be busy for the Bronx icon. Joe is bringing his life story to the stage for one night with a stand up comedy special featuring an introduction from comedy legend Dave Chappelle. It will touch on a variety of topics such as Fat Joe getting kidnapped in Angola, the death of his friend and Terror Squad collaborator Big Pun, and the time he went to jail for tax evasion in 2013. The show will accompany Fat Joe's memoir, The Book of Jose, which is slated to hit bookshelves on November 15th. Yes, congratulations to Fat Joe for being the host of the BET Hip Hop Awards. I may check out that shit too, man. It's been a minute since I actually watched the BET Hip Hop Awards show since that whole Macklemore bullshit. But hopefully Macklemore won't be in this year's award show. So give it up for Fat Joe. Up next, here's what we got here. Here's what we have here. Um, okay, so yeah, I had to get to the Nelly story though, man. Okay, so Nelly appeared to throw a light jab at Irv Gotti while recently performing alongside Ashanti. Nelly and Ashanti are co-headlining the My 2000s playlist tour along with Ja Rule, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Fabulous, and the Ying Yang Twins. During the tour stop in Oakland, California, at Oakland Arena on August 5th, Nelly appeared to address Irv's recent comments on the Drink Champs podcast, where the Murder Inc. co-founder said he had a tryst with Ashanti, only to find out she moved on to Nelly by seeing the two entertainers together at a basketball game. A video of the performance shows Nelly and Ashanti performing their 2008 duet "Body on Me." After the track is over, Nelly urges the crowd to cheer for his former boo. Hey yo, I got 4 seats to the next game. What's happening? He adds while Ashanti is walking off the stage. The R&B singer acknowledges the joke, bending over with laughter. Nelly's game reference is a callback to Irv saying how he found out Nelly and Ashanti were dating during a recent episode of Drink Champs podcast. I can get past you wanting to be with Nelly. And an inebriated Irv said in the interview, "Sounds like you didn't get past that." I'm gonna be honest, Nori countered. "Listen, at the time it happens, any man is hurt," Irv Gotti replied. "The chick you fucking in love with is with this nigga." "You want to hear how I found out?" Irv continued. "I was at home listening to this shit. This is God wanted me to find out. I was at home, NBA package. I like watching sports. Oh my God, what's this commotion going on in the stadium?" Irv adds, imitating a sports announcer, "We just found out what the commotion is. Nelly just walked in with Ashanti." Later in the interview, Irv Gotti would claim Ashanti recorded her song "Happy" after they had sex. Many people on social media pointed out that Irv was still married during the time he claimed he was in a side relationship with Ashanti. Damn, Ashanti did Irv Gotti dirty stepping out with Nelly. Good thing he had his wife's shoulders to cry on. On one person tweeted. Well, yeah, yeah, that's pretty much crazy though, man. Anyway, man, let's get oh man, this is so fucking ridiculously laughable, man. Um let me see. Let's go to Lady London. Before I go to Lady London, let me see if there's any other topics that I didn't cover. Let's see. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I got two more to cover actually. I got two more to cover. Yes, so multi hyphenated artist Lady London serves opulence with the release of her eagerly anticipated music video to it what is it giving out now. The ear-perking single made its debut last week and bops between an infectious hook matched by London's cutthroat punchlines. What is what is what is it giving? Arrives with a larger than life visual to match and gives a new glimpse of what to expect from the rising artist. Giving regal realness dip in her synonymous lady like manner. The stylish visual offering from the New York born, New Jersey bred artist cinematizes the lyrical make of the co-sign produced track. Lady London makes it known that regardless of the stage she steps on, her presence is known with lyrics that flaunt in a ferocity. When I give authentic, you give augmented. When I give culture, you give chaos. Prolific, you give problematic. Like, what is it giving? She playfully states this new release continues the rapid rise of Lady London, who's built momentum with a string of singles, guest features, and revered freestyles over a few years. Her now highly acclaimed debut project, Ladylike, the Boss Tape, arrived earlier this year and is comprised of 13 of her most celebrated freestyle snippets that now stand in completion as complete tracks. With what is it giving and more new on the horizon, London continues to showcase the dimensional range of her artistry and ease with making anthems for the now moment. Her recently released single Lisa's Story, featuring a dub aura derived from Ladylike the Boss Tape, has become a social media phenomenon, garnering over 1 million engagements across social media platforms. 1+ million engagements across social media platforms. The track encapsulates a New York romance story that holds a glowing beam of nostalgia native to London's roots. What is it giving? Is poised to deliver the same success as a summer anthem with its caption-worthy lyrics, potent delivery from London, and a music video that glistens in splendor. Of course, you can watch it on YouTube if you haven't seen the video. So, so yeah, there you have it right there. Now, I want to get to oh shit. I want to get to let's get to there's two more stories I want to get to actually three. Actually three to be exact though. So all right, so all right. So up next is involving Jeopardy. So Jeopardy would be sticking with its two host formula, according to sources. Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings are finalizing deals to continue to share hosting duties on the venerable syndicated game show's upcoming season 39. Wow. 39 seasons? Wow. Hold on. Let's drop some explosions here, man. A source for Sony Pictures TV, which produces Jeopardy, would not comment on speculation. Bialik, who previously was announced as host of the Jeopardy primetime and spin-off series, and former Jeopardy champion Jennings, had been filling in as guest host of the Mothership syndicated program following the abrupt exit of Mike Richards as host in August after one day of tapings. The two were subsequently named full-time hosts for the remainder of season 38. The pairing seemed to work well and was well received by fans. Jeopardy recently landed its third consecutive Outstanding Game Show Daytime Emmy Award. The eligibility period um, the, spanned the final episodes, hosted by the late great Alex Trebek, as well as Bialik and Jennings' tenures. For Bialik, negotiations had focused largely on availability, as the new season for her Fox hit series TV show Call Me Cat is set to produce more episodes next season. She's she also is expected to host Celebrity Jeopardy, which I will talk about next. For ABC, Michael Davies executive produces both Jeopardy and Celebrity Jeopardy. Bialik, who has a PhD in neuroscience, is best known for her award-winning role as Amy Farrah Fowler on the hit CBS comedy The Big Bang Theory. Currently, Bialik is starring in Call Me Cat on Fox, which she also executive produces. She also is the host of the mental health podcast Mayim Bialik's Breakdown, and she wrote and directed her first feature, As Sick as They Made Us, starring Dustin Hoffman and Candice Bergen. Now, celebrity Jeopardy. Yes, I did see the trailer for it. It looks pretty interesting. So let's get to the story right here. And this is from TV Insider, folks. Listen to this. While Jeopardy fans may be eager to get back into regular gameplay, ABC is gearing up for the primetime iteration of the adjacent Celebrity Jeopardy, which is set to kick off on Sunday, September 25th. Mark your calendars, folks. An exclusive first look at Celebrity Jeopardy, we're giving fans a sneak peek at the key art featuring Bialik, who is ready to host the quiz show announced earlier this year. Unlike the syndicated version of the game show, though, Celebrity Jeopardy is delivering a full hour of entertainment with the help of some famous competitors. While Bialik shared hosting duties with GOAT champion Ken Jennings on the syndicated program, she'll reign over Celebrity Jeopardy as the sole host, and that's made evident in the series art, which sees Bialik stand beside bold black letters spelling out the series title. Produced by Sony Pictures Television, this makes the first time Celebrity Jeopardy will air on primetime and see celebrity contestants competing to win money for a charity of their choice. Just like Celebrity Family Feud with Steve Harvey. And rest assured, if you miss an episode when it broadcasts on ABC, installments are readily available to stream the next day on Hulu. Hold on. Wait a minute here. Among all the all-star lineups of competitors is Shang-Chi's Simu Liu, fresh off the boats, Constance Wu, Eliza Schlesinger, Ray Romano, Aisha Tyler from Archer, Patton Oswalt, Michael Cera, BJ Novak, Candace Parker, and many more. Stay tuned for what's to come when Celebrity Jeopardy kicks off later this month. And until then, check out the fun key art above. And like I said, Celebrity Jeopardy season premiere Sunday, September 25th at 8 and 7 Central on ABC. And the rest, you can check your local listings and mark your calendars. And there you have it right there. There you have it right there, folks. Another story I want to actually get to before I even wrap up here is yes, 13 musical. Here we go. Yes, 13 musical. All right. All right. All right. This might be the last topic of the night. All right. So this is according to Variety. A piece of pop culture can mark a paradigm shift even when it has no idea it's doing so. The lack of calculation is part of why the paradigm shifts. That's what happened in the summer of 1978 when the movie version of Grease came out. It ruled the way that Saturday Night Fever just had 6 months before, with the electric presence of John Travolta fueling both films. But Saturday Night Fever was a fiery and galvanic movie in a way that no one could miss. It was like Disco Scorsese with an unruly street vibe, some of the greatest songs and dancing ever to appear in a Hollywood film, and a performance by Travolta that was so extraordinary in its authenticity that it just about jumped off the screen. It was close to a great movie, and no one's idea of a guilty pleasure. Grease, on the other hand, came at you like a happy package of retro bubblegum, a sugar smack of wholesome good vibes. Most of the tributes written last week to Olivia, the late great Olivia Newton-John, expressed the overwhelming affection people still feel for Grease and how central a film it was to them. I share the love, though. What's harder to communicate unless you were around back then is what an incongruous fit Grease was for the time. It was a squeaky clean neo 50s musical that landed like a space shuttle from the planet um um Bry Bry um Bride Cream, whatever. Yeah, in the middle of the gritty, fragmented late 70s. Unlike Saturday Night Fever, it seemed to have nothing at all to do what was going on. But that's why it changed what was going on. Just like Rocky, Grease, without trying to glimpse the future in the past. It took us back in a knowingly cheeky way to an ideal, a stylized wholesomeness that the entire culture had lost. And we've been trying in hold on a second. We've been trying in different ways to get back there ever since. 13 Musical is a Netflix musical for kids that's based on 13, a show that opened on Broadway in 2008 and played for just one of our performances. But it's been revived a number of times, and that New York production launched the career of Ariana Grande. It's the only musical in Broadway history that had a cast and band composed entirely of teenagers, and the movie version, directed by Tamara Davis, just ups the ante on that spirit. 13 the musical has a squeaky clean bounce of innocence that seems designed to appeal to anyone who loved the early High School Musical films, but finds High School Musical, the series, with its art imitates life, imitates art soap opera storyline featuring Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett to be a little too dark and heavy. Watching 13, you see how a certain school of upbeat Broadway exuberance zigged and zagged from the pesto explosion of Grease to the pop musical exhilaration of Rent to the High School Musical films and other Disney Channel song and dance confections like zombies right up through this powdered sugar saga of middle school angst. Is the movie an after school special on Happy Pills? Absolutely. About a 12-year-old Jewish kid named Evan, played by Eli Golden, who, following his parents' divorce, moves with his mother, Deborah Messing, from the Upper West Side of Manhattan to the small town of Walkerton, Indiana. um, and population 2,246, so that they can live with his grandmother, played by Rhea Perlman, as the only person in town who knows the word tuches. You um you bet your yarmulke, uh, yarmulke. Um most of 13 takes place at William Henry Harrison Junior High, which, like the teen Demi Monde, Demimonde of the Disney Channel, is a racially balanced eager beaver 50s meets today through the looking glass version of a world in which the girls are still cheerleaders, the boys are still the boys are football jocks, and there's exactly one slightly alienated outsider in this case, a perky girl in glum pigtails named Patrice, played by Gabriella Earl, who is one of the film's earliest numbers, sings that Walkerton is the lamest, the lamest place in the world, unlike Equalia. The movie may not think so, but she means it, and we can't help but notice what a pretty song it is. 13 the musical is as synthetic as can be, but every 5 minutes or so there's another number, and damned if they don't pop. The songs by Jason Robert Brown have an irresistible Rent Jr. Effer effervescence with a hip hop flow to several of them, and they reel you in. These kids can sing and really dance, even as they are enacting a storyline built around a bar mitzvah, a first kiss, and the scheme that threatens to undermine both. As Evan Eli Golden is one of those actors with an easy listening ethnic face. He looks like he's starring in the tween sections of Steve Gutenberg's story. And he's got a winning sincerity and a nice voice. Evan, still reeling from his parents' split, is practicing for his bar mitzvah, but his heart is mostly in the after party. As the new kid in town, he's desperate for everyone to come, which is why he agrees to be a part of a scheme set up by the popular Lucy, played by Frankie McNellis, the film's token mean girl, to stop her friend Kendra Lindsay Blackwell from kissing Brett. JD McCrary, the Dreamboat football star. They both like at a Friday night horror movie. Evan complies with a plan, which of course blows up in his face. There are lessons learned by just about everyone, but as long as you are watching songs like the enticing opening number, 13 / Becoming a Man, or the cheerleader chant driven Opportunity or Bad News, which invokes the doo-wop rapture of Super Tramps, My Kind of Lady. 13 the musical is just catchy enough to make you forget how facile it is. It's not greased lightning, but it glides right along. Yeah. You can check that out on Netflix. You can check that out on Netflix, and if in case you didn't get a chance to watch it. I know. Yeah, in case you didn't watch it. Let's see. What else? What else? Well, I think that covers episode 184, man. In today's episode, regarding Celebrity Jeopardy, of course. And if you like what you heard, you're more than welcome to make a charitable donation to my Cashapp, which is basically $ G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G lowercase MONEY, capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. And once again, you don't need a lot of money to actually make a charitable donation. It's all about whatever amount you are comfortable with. And even though you're going through hard times or whatever, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Whatever amount you decide to put in will be appreciated and acknowledged. So don't worry about anything. So, last segment of the day is going to be stream choices on the go, man. Let's do this. Of course, you want to show some support, you can go ahead and show some love by following Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and along with Instagram. which is also on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, and alongside with the other shows that I'm doing, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, which is the sports edition show, and of course you can follow my other show, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show, and of course you can follow me on the gram primary handle, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Don't forget to turn on your notifications for details on when each episode is going to be dropping, and for any further details on what's gonna happen, any postponements and all that other stuff, I will let you know. And speaking of postponements, you can leave a voice message on Anchor.fm as well, in case you have any questions for me in regards to whatever it is, whatever thoughts you have on the topics that was being discussed, you can go ahead and actually do that. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show or whatever, if you have anything to promote, whether you're a music artist, like a singer, rapper, actor, actress, entrepreneur, all the other good stuff right there, man. If you like to be a guest on there, and if you like to guest co-host with me and stuff like that, you feel free to DM me at gmoneystacks555 in Queens, New York, and of course you can email the show right here, which is off the meat rack, Chainz New York podcast at gmail.com. Plain and simple. When you see the word contact, you press that and you give your thoughts on what day you're going to be able to be doing the interview or be a guest and stuff like that. All that will be taken care of, so don't worry about that. Yes. Speaking of Anchor, you can actually go to the link in bio where it says linktree/GMoneyStacks555, where it has a whole list of audio streaming platforms where you can listen and stream and watch. So starting with Anchor, Audacity, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and you are more than welcome to actually give a 5-star rating review. Share your thoughts and talks on there on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. That will be appreciated with a 5-star rating. That will be appreciated right there. And you can listen to the episodes of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Radio Public, alongside with iHeartRadio, the #1 app for music, radio, and podcasts. Make sure you follow my other 2 shows that's also on there, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, Sports Edition show, and of course Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show that's also on there too. Make sure you check out the recent episodes that I just put up. I actually did 83 episodes on there. I am going to record 84 tomorrow. Make sure you follow those 2 podcast shows on there that I just mentioned on iHeartRadio. Yes. And last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button from me on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555, where you can see all the new and previous episodes that's been uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page. Click on that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream and the time of the podcast recording. and leave a like and a comment along with the episodes with the topics that was being discussed. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Share the videos, share the episodes. Make sure you listen to stream and watch the episodes so you can catch up. And of course, be sure to tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, be sure to share the podcast along with the link that says linktree/GMoneyStacks555 with all the audio streaming platforms where you can listen and watch on there to these episodes. And of course, with your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, and the people that you're cool with from work, and for those that's like supporting your career and stuff. So yeah, so make sure you tell every single person about this podcast right here. So that's gonna do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for hanging out with me in this episode 184 titled Celebrity Jeopardy. And by the way, I just mentioned to you to mark your calendars. So September 25th at 8 p.m. on ABC. And remember, the grind is a stop. Hard work pays off. Trust the process. You can't rush the process. New York wasn't built in a day. And also find something that clicks to you mentally, physically, and spiritually. And, be confident in what you do. Find your voice. And, of course, also find something that clicks to you that gets you into your zone. All right? Because when you find something that clicks to you that gets you into your zone, that's when you have the tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? That's another way for you to actually, concentrate on your craft and stuff. So don't let anybody stop you from accomplishing your goals and dreams. And of course, be around those who are morally supporting your careers and stuff like that. So there you have it right there, man. And that's gonna do it for me, man. I'll see y'all next time in the next episode. And please be safe out there. And if you planning on going to City Field for any events or any DJ events that's going on every Friday at City Field or whatever, make sure you go online to get your tickets and all that other stuff. And be careful out there, be safe, and I hope I see you next time. Same place, same Man Cave Bat channel, and stay liquid. Peace and one love, and have yourselves a good night, folks.